Great game.
Yeah, one of the better ones.
I mean, that's what you can expect when the two best teams in the league face off.
Well, best team in each conference.
Same thing.
It really isn't.
Oh, come on. I'm better than...
Who? The Canes?
Well, no, but...
Bolts?
No.
Devils?
Well, maybe... Fine, no.
Leafs?
Can I play them in the first round?
No.
Then no. At least I'm still the best team in the West, though.
Yeah, I mean, you were Winnipeg.
Oh, come on!
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is a dub, the 40th dub of the campaign in 53 games. And I know what you're thinking. We needed that one, and we didn't. We didn't. We didn't need that one. But it really felt like it, and I felt like that too. Before the game, I was like, can we just win this game, please? I don't want to continue watching the slump go on and everyone lose their minds. And that's 40 wins in 53 games, and we're sitting here dying inside before this game. Everyone's nervous. They don't want to continue losing. I get it. We didn't need the win, but it felt like we needed the win. And really, there's only one thing I really want to say right now. To the guy in the gray long sleeve shirt with the short hair about 3 rows down to the right of the camera at the game, you're an idiot. Just learn the rules, bud. If you raise your hand like this after every bit of physical contact, everyone in the audience and the viewership who can see you is going to assume that you are only a baseball fan. Because no contact. I mean, my God, buddy. What are you doing? I mean, first hockey game, fine. But maybe don't make a spectacle of yourself. This guy bothered me the whole game. He was just after every bit of contact. And you may be thinking to yourself, what a weird thing for him to bring up. I bet he's about to make a bigger point. And I am. The bigger point is like, comment, subscribe. Got him! Nailed it. Okay, let's talk about this Stars team, who I think is the best team in the West. I think they're in that conversation. You could consider maybe Edmonton, just because even if you're not afraid of Edmonton, you're afraid of McDavid and Draisaitl. That's a pretty good choice. Vegas, you're not really afraid of right now because they're all over the place. The Kraken are inconsistent right now. Winnipeg, they're pretty scary, but I think Dallas is in that conversation. They have real star power. Otter is unbelievable. Ottinger is unbelievable in net. They're a scary team. They currently have no major injuries as far as I know. They are top 10 in practically every category. And after this game, they've probably passed us in faceoff percentage as well, because they won 82% of the faceoffs in this game. 82. Do you know 56% is a great faceoff percentage? 82. Yikes. We beat them 3-1 in October. It just fits that we beat them 3-2 in February, right? Sure. Olmark gets a start for us. As I mentioned, it kind of felt like a needed win, a really needed win, particularly because if you look ahead, the majority of our games going forward are against teams that are above 500, and about half our games are against teams that are in a current playoff position. We do not have an easy road after this. We've banked a ton of points, so it's not like you're concerned about making the playoffs, but it's going to be a long freaking road for the next couple months. 6 sets of back-to-backs, which is brutal. We're on the road a ton. I'm just glad we banked the points we did, because if we were middling right now, we'd be nervous. But we're not. Pasta starts on the top line. He's going to get shuffled around quite a bit. Hall, Krejci, Zacha, Foligno, Coyle, Smith, and Greer, Freddie, Lauko. I'm going to have a comment about Lauko at the end. I'm a little frustrated with his usage right now. Defense continues to be the same. We've kept them the same for a while. DeBrusk's still not given a firm return time. We think it's going to be later this week, but we don't know. And I, myself, maybe it's just me, think we need to start treating the DeBrusk injury as it actually is, which is you're missing your top right wing, but you are missing your top line right wing. That is who we are missing right now. We are missing our top line right wing. Unless you want to call it your top 6 right wing, whatever. That's a massive injury, and clearly the team does not create offense in the same way without him. It clearly struggles on the power play a little bit without him. Now, I know he wasn't always on the first unit, he bounced back and forth. He was doing really well in those dirty areas. So when he had that slot in front of the net, he was impactful. I don't think he fixes the power play, him coming back, but I really genuinely think that this is a massive injury, and we talked about it being a massive injury, and I just feel like I keep pushing it aside, being like, it's DeBrusque, but we'll be okay. We will be okay, but the team really misses him, and I think that's really obvious at this point. Also, we changed the wall. We had to. We simply had to. Maybe I'll do a whole scan of it, but we had to. You know we had to. Puck drops! And it's a hot start. It's a gorgeous start. We're making plays. Lauko's making plays. We're 333 in, hooking on Dallas, drawn by Lauko. We're going to the power play. Before this power play, I believe we had 6 shots on net. We were crushing them with forecheck. It was awesome. During the power play, Zacha hit the post once. So that's nice. Power play was just, it looks better. But there's no moral victories when you are now up to 0 for 20 or whatever it is in the last 7 games or 8 games. It's awful. It's going to be all us for the first 10 minutes, though. In the 9:30 left, we get rewarded with just a gorgeous play. It starts with Pasta in the neutral zone, who doesn't force a play, sees he has no options, and actually passes back to McAvoy in the defensive zone. Mac waits. He doesn't have speed, doesn't have numbers. He's just standing in the defensive zone waiting. Hall ends up getting a couple strides on his left side, dishes it off to Hall. Hall is going to take the neutral zone, chuck it over to Krejci, who's going to take the offensive zone on the right wall. Light chip down the wall because Lindholm's going to join the rush. Jumps past everyone, grabs the puck, starts circling the net, and before he gets directly behind Ottinger, he gets almost pinned by 2 players. 2 defenders collapse on him. And magic somehow teleports this puck, backhands it up to Hall, who's just standing directly to the right diagonal of Otter, and shovels this past him far side. And that's what it takes, because Otter's looking right, and then he looks left. He's not reacting in time because he thinks it's going around the net. The defense looks like they have him pinned. No clue how they get this puck out. Hall gets an easy little bump in the net. It's something he needed. It's something you expect when he has top 6 minutes. Awesome play. Fantastic by everyone involved. Like, I can't say enough about everyone who touched the puck in this play. Gorgeous. We're going up 1-0. 6:49 left. Like I said, it's been a dominant period. And then they get a bounce. And it's a good bounce, but it's frustrating. Because it's a long pass to Pavelski. He takes the right wall. He chucks it over to Robertson, who it looks like it just bounces off Robertson. And gets all the way over to the slot to Hintz, who was just going to smack at this and beat Ullmark low for a 1-1 tied game. It's just a good bounce off Robertson that just somehow gets past the defense, and it's a freebie. After 1, it's 1-1. The shots are 15-6. It was completely dominant, and I'm not always one for, like, shots tell the story, because they don't, but they told the story of that first. We were the much better team. And in the second, we would not be. It's not exactly the start you want. 24 seconds in, it's a 2-0. Sagan, and he has, man, I don't remember who it was. Might have been Heiskanen. I can't remember. But he has a guy wide open directly to the side of Ullmark, and he's falling, and he flings the pass, and it doesn't get anywhere near him. So luckily we get away with that. And then he gets a bid all alone in the slot. This is all within the first 24 seconds, and Ullmark makes the big save. Just a brutal, brutal way to start that second. And then 4:17 in, I have no clue what the fuck this was defensively. It's a 3-on-3, and I want to point out, about 4 calls could have been made 30 seconds before this, but they were letting them play. That's fine. Keep it consistent. Whatever. It could have happened on both sides, by the way. I'm not saying that they could have happened on the Stars. I mean 4 penalties in a variety of ways against both teams. Anyway, 3-on-3. Coming into the zone. And it's Robertson, who's going to pass it off to Pavelski on the left side, and then Krejci and Carlo. Carlo's job was to pinch over, I think. And Krejci also pinches over, so Pavelski goes, okay, and dishes it back to Robertson. Lindholm's too far guarding the other guy on the left side, so Robertson gets basically a breakaway for no reason, and Ullmark comes this close to stopping it. This close. And he gets a piece, but it squeaks through him glove side. Not a great goal to give up, but he did lock it in for the rest of the game. He had to stop a Wyatt Johnson breakaway the next shift, right at the beginning of the next shift. So he had to get right back into it. 15 minutes left. Foligno's going to go for holding, and during this penalty kill, we have a 2-on-1 shorthanded Zacha and Lindholm, and Zacha just loses the handle on the right side. We're falling apart. That first 5 minutes of the second period was just a nightmare, and then we have this opportunity, and it just falls off of his stick. No play happens. It felt like the universe was starting to be like, you guys, this one isn't for you. It isn't for you, but it is a nice kill. 11:54 left. They finally call a cross-check. It's on Miller. We're going to the power play. My note here is Lamau, nope. Yeah, we did not. We didn't even get close to scoring on that one. 5:47 left. Zacha for high sticking. They review it. They end up waving it off. But 4:45 left. McAvoy gets beat and hooks Dellandrea as he got in the slot alone. So going to the penalty kill. And it's an awesome penalty kill for the first minute and 3 seconds. And then Clifton for cross-checking, which was a good call. 5v3 for 57 seconds. Awesome kill. Fantastic job. I mean, this really would have changed the game, obviously, if we allowed them to score here. But end of 2, it's 2-1. You just need the team to wake up, and you need the team to start forechecking again. It's something that they completely got away from. And I feel like when we're really frustrated the team, it's when they are not creating turnovers in the offensive zone. They're just not forechecking, not getting behind guys. It's glaring. Third period starts. 3:05 in. Marchment for high sticking power play. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. We don't score here. Don't even ask. 9:47 left. Pavel Zacha. I mean, this is a broken neutral zone play. Carlo jumps in and brings the puck over the line, cuts into the slot, sees Zacha on his left coming into the left circle, passes it to him, and Zacha loads, hard wrist shot, posted in glove side. And that's 2-2, about 10 minutes left. Pavel Zacha, that was his 11th point in 11 games since signing his extension. You take that. And it's not, Zacha's not going to be a point per game guy, but this is a nice little streak he's on. And that's going to bring us to overtime. The rest of the third period was absolutely frantic. It was nuts. It was so fun to watch. The Bruins woke up, and they were the better team through the back half of the third, which you love to see. Playing with a little more fire, getting that forecheck going. That's all it is. And then in overtime, Marchand gets called for interference. He had the puck, and it kind of fell off his stick. I'm not sure if he dished it off, but it got off his stick. And then he made contact with another player, and they call him for interference. An extremely weak call in overtime, but whatever. And Ole kills it. Ullmark has 5 saves on this. 4v3. That's such a hard kill. We get the kill. Still during the 4v4, meaning there's been no whistle since the killed penalty. 1:16 left. Zacha brings the puck up, drops it to Pasta, who then drops it to McAvoy. But McAvoy continues down the right wall. Pasta goes to the left side. McAvoy with a no-look hard pass, tape to tape, across the slot. Pasta collects and fires this. It looks like he's almost falling down while he's shooting and beats Ottinger. It's a 3-2 dub. Pasta, who I think is slumping, scores again. You love to see it. Game notes. Our forecheck is dead and has been dead. I wrote that before we tied the game in the third. When we're not on time. The forecheck doesn't exist. And one of the things that I love that we do is we create pressure on the forecheck, and as they're trying to work their way back up and they pass it off the wall, someone will come back up from behind their net and disrupt the play. Just a blindside stick lift. Like there's no ferocity when we're losing, but when we are at our best, they are constantly trying to create that turnover. It's not just, hey, we got them against the wall, get the puck. No, it's, hey, they have the puck at all. Let's go get them, and let's take it off their stick. There's support, and they're on time. And when we're not playing well, we are not on time. And that was a huge portion of the second period. It was so frustrating to watch. Another note that I have, Zaka, now 12 points in 11 games because he got an assist on that overtime goal. Awesome. Just awesome. I just wanted to point that out. Lauko, very low minutes. I think he got like 7 minutes or 8 minutes on the game. Every shift he's out there, he's impactful. I don't understand why you're not, like, I know that he doesn't like playing his fourth line. He uses them more as, like, special teams fodder. Not fodder. They're good at their special teams, and Lauko doesn't fit on the penalty kill, and he certainly doesn't fit in the power play. But that line was impactful. Freddie, Greer, Lauko was a really good line tonight, and they had so few minutes. I just do not understand how, as a coach, you watch that and go, yeah, I'm not going to utilize that. You're exhausting players that don't need to be when that line was dominating. And now, I don't have the data in front of me. Maybe the line that he liked to match him up against also didn't have a lot of minutes. So maybe that's where it comes from. But I thought that should have had a longer leash, especially Lauko, or really that line in general. They should have had more time on the ice. Really impressed with our defense tonight, considering we lost 82% of our draws. I mean, that's just huge to not have a complete possession meltdown when the other team wins almost every draw and gets possession automatically off of every faceoff. So really impressed with that. Smith, when DeBrusque comes back, he can't be in the lineup. Like, he can't. I like who we have on our fourth right now. I'd rather have Greer and Lauko in over him. Try to name another player you would even consider knocking out for Smith. He's got to go. He's got to go or be buried until the playoffs in case there's an injury. But he's not. I don't think he's been terrible. But he's the odd guy out. He just doesn't fit. And that is what it is. Last note, 40 wins in 53 games. I've already said it. But that is just fantastic. So while we're thinking about the fact that we've only won 2 out of our last 6, you can still kind of sit there and go, yeah, we're not going to be a record-breaking team. Who cares? We even if we broke that record, were we better than the 77 Canadians? Honestly, go look at that roster. I don't think many people would have thought we were the better team. I'm just saying that now. It also didn't matter to me all that much. I didn't think the pace would continue. I didn't think we would reach it. At no point did I actually consider that it was a possibility. So we brought it up. We joked about it. But it's just, come on. It's a different league now. There's just no way. There's just no way. So that's fine. The pressure's off in that situation. Get back to our winning ways. We had a little slump. I'd like to see us string a few together here. And more importantly than that, go big!